Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your jet?
Yeah, of course it's my jet.
And what do you do for a living to be able to afford a private jet out here in Miami, Florida?
I've been running my own business for 30 years.
And over these 30 years, what's the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Tens of millions of dollars. I mean, I've had sales in excess of 100 million for companies I've run and exited successfully.
At one of your businesses, like, what was the most that you made in a single year?
Best year I've had was last year, and we did 752 million.
As a multiple nine-figure entrepreneur, what has been the best financial advice that you ever received?
You know who Arthur Blank is? I was at a meeting 14 years ago, and I was making some money and trying to figure some stuff out, and he asked me if I had any questions. And what's weird about people is they don't have no questions. Dude, if you leave me in a room with somebody doing better than me, I will ask them questions for like literally until they have to tell me to shut up. So I'm asking him some questions, and he's answering. Nobody else is asking questions. And I said, sir, if you could give me one advice on why you're able, because at the time we were talking about Home Depot. Why are you able to launch Home Depot and it's such an amazing company? He said, first of all, every business opportunity I looked at, I made sure that I always fed my business, right? I didn't want to starve it. He said, in Home Depot, while I knew we were going to have very small margins and I knew it would take a while to make money, once we started making money, a little bit of a lot would have been like more than enough. I started to learn patience from a lot of these guys. And then I had a guy who's a billionaire 10, 12 times over. And he said, take every business opportunity, approach it like a three-legged stool. I said, okay, what does that mean? He said, every decision you make, any decision you're making has to be great for your client or your consumer. Second, it has to be great for your agent or your employee, your independent contractor, your consultant. Okay, I said, what's third? He said, it can't harm the company. He said, but that'll take patience because most people run their business where they make every decision that's great for them. Whatever scraps are left, but they don't tend to be sustainable because other guys are doing it your way. In the life insurance deal, even though we did that kind of rev last year, dude, the first 3 years, I wasn't paying myself a lot. And a lot of people get into business to get rich right away. I got into business to get free, and I knew eventually I'd become wealthy. That's been the best business lesson I've ever learned because most people get into business, and after about 60, 90, 120 days, 2 years, they're frustrated. What's the first rule of business? Stay in business.